Hey, this is Hunter Henry of the LA Chargers, and you're watching MUT Force. Bolt up, baby.
What's up, guys? It's the director and the Trumpetmonkey. It's been a minute, Trumpetmonkey, since we had an episode. The director was gone last week, folks. The anniversary getaway out in the gambling city of Wendover. I'm sure most of you guys don't know what that is. It's like a very poor, poverty-driven Vegas, but it's a lot of fun if you know where to look. Trumpetmonkey, how are things going out in the Latvia verse?
They're going great. You know, right now I feel like it's like the guys have cut back to us and it's 5 years later and we're like Fat Thor. That's what I feel like right now.
I've given up on life. Things didn't work out the way I thought. Let's drink until we're merry.
Since this snap, but hey, happy anniversary, mate. And happy birthday, me. Wow!
Happy birthday to the Trumpetmonkey. What are you, like 42 now?
57 according to my wonderful team at work. And furthermore, we also, Mutt Force has the EA raids this month on after Good Morning Madden. So there you go.
EA reigns. Why don't you tell the good people what that means for the Twitch, for the Trumpetmonkey channel?
Well, just in case you didn't know, nearly every single day of the week, so what? Well, definitely Monday to Friday anyway. Good Morning Madden is the EA Twitch stream for Madden, right? For Madden Ultimate Team. Yeah. And they have like a little half-hour show, and you can get Twitch drops from that, and they reveal all the cards that are coming out, all the items in the game, and then they raid like a set group of actual content creators, and we're in there. We're in there this week, I should say this month.
Mutt Force for life!
Zan's in there, so Mutt Force getting repped, and we love the TBDA for that. Zan's in there, Buffalo K's in there, Boogs is in there. So there we go. So 2 honorary members of Mutt Force there in Zan and Buffalo K as well. So it's pretty rad. So make sure you check it out.
Mutt Force is slowly taking over the internet. Well, with that, Trumpetmonkey, why don't you let the good folks at home know what to expect in this episode of Mutt Force?
Tonight on Mutt Force with the director and Trumpetmonkey, special midweek edition because we've been away for a long time. Fat Thor, 5 years. We break down the entire Mutt Heroes promo. We look at Gronkowski, Legends, Football Outsiders, Flashbacks, and Team of the Week.
And with that, let's get into this week's banger content. All right, Trumpetmonkey, we're going to start with the Team of the Week that dropped this morning. Deshaun Watson having himself a big game. Him and Will Fuller just seemed to connect on Sunday. Ridiculous amount of yards, 5 touchdowns. What do we think of these guys? Let's start with Deshaun Watson. Let's break down this.
They're pretty awesome. They're pretty awesome. I just love if anyone didn't quite understand why sometimes we struggle. We're really good. This is episode number 61, but want to know why we struggle sometimes to manage to shoot is because of what the director just said this morning. It's already Wednesday for me.
Oh my God.
Team of the Week has ended, but no, it has begun, ended. It is all encompassing. Love Deshaun Watson. The only slight on this is that you can't get him to 90 deep accuracy. But other than that, really bonzo. You'd have Coach Madden, you'd have go deep on him, he'd be 91 throw power. You might have some Texans passing chems on him to get that deep accuracy.
If your name is a Chewbacca lemma, yeah. I'm sure this cat is going to be insane. And 83 speed is faster than people give him credit for. He's Lamar Jackson, but I would rather take that better passing accuracy with the possibility of getting all the thresholds than the elite speed. So I like that Deshaun Watson. Not a bad card right there.
Me too. Pretty solid right there. And then what did you think of Aaron Jones here? This was, come on, 4 touchdowns, the first running back in history to do that against the Cowboys. So
if you recall, in our fantasy football league, we're all rooting for Robert, who's been absolutely squashed this year, and he happened to have Aaron Jones and pick up one of his first victories this year. This was a spectacular performance. The card itself looks good. He reminds me of a Dalvin Cook a little bit. Maybe a little bit more like trucking or break tackle, somewhere along those lines. But this is a nice item if you're a Packers fan specifically. Everybody else, okay, but he's not bad.
Just an incy-wincy little man at 5'9".
But he's probably like, he could literally out-jump me, outrun me, bench press me, throw me over a building if he wanted to. So I'm not having to gout your manhood
I
there.
happen to like the smaller halfbacks. You know, they get lost behind that line. You can duck underneath defenders. It's not bad. So Packers fans get excited about this guy. Everybody else, somebody coming up later in the show, I think I'd want you to consider a little bit more. Will Fuller coming in, 86 overall with 91 speed. Now, once this set settles down a little bit in price, you will definitely be a contender for a budget beast. 86 overall is definitely better than like a 76 overall that John Ross has right now. And this guy's going to be able to make some plays, especially if all you're doing is running streaks.
That's it. 91 speed is good. And give a little shout out there to Josh Jacobs. Our prediction early on in the year remains true. Josh Jacobs will not be usable until he is a 99 overall based purely on his speed. But my God, he's brilliant in real life. This is just one of those really, really sad instances where the Mutt card and the real life performance don't match up, unfortunately. And it happens sometimes. I guess it's just they just decided early on that he's not fast and that he's a little bit, I don't know, it's a completely useless Mutt card. But
an elite player in the National Football League, plagued by bad speed in the Madden Ultimate Teamverse.
Right.
Welcome to the Keenan Allen Twilight Zone. Now, I'm glad you're able to finally understand the frustration of the director when it comes to speed and offensive skill positions. But Josh Jacobs, as you said, anybody that did his rookie premiere should be okay towards the later end of the year when he gets a 99. But for right now,
yeah, we can't do much with it. Two shout outs here to some budget beasts though. Danny Shelton is a big, we're going to get to him. But right now, for the rest of the cards there, good to see Gardner Minshew getting some love, except completely and utterly useless card again.
Yeah,
but still,
if you're going out there, you're going out there for the clout, and that's about it with Gardner Minshew. Brandon Graham, hero for the defensive side of Team of the Week. I like it. I like it a lot.
Me too. He's going to get edge threat and power move specialist as well. However, I'm not a massive fan of the speed personally. So now if you were doing anything with kind of sprinter and some eagles, absolutely we're getting a little bit more usable, and that's really awesome for you. For the rest of us though, we'll see. I just don't know. I'm still going to be going with Lawrence Taylor out there. 87 speed, tearing off the edge.
I'm the guy that's running Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram at rushing defensive tackle and nickel packages. That's working out quite fine for me. So I guess if you want to put him in the defensive tackle position, let him do his thing. If you got some Eagles cams and stuff on him, I think he'll be all right. But yeah, he's been a Mutt force factor guy in the past. We're going to wait and see if that's the same case this year. Eric Reed, a pretty usable card at this point in Mutt. Maybe a little expensive because he goes into the set.
Yeah, not terrible. Really like the hit power on him. But the two budget beasts, I jumped the gun earlier. The two budget beasts I want you to really keep an eye on here. Danny Shelton, okay? This dude, I know he's got 47 speed. I get it. But just believe me when I say that this dude is fantastic in Mutt. He has the Mutt force factor. So if you're looking for a budget nose tackle to anchor down your D-line, this is your dude right here, okay? Him, and then...
Is it just because he's this big chunk of human in the middle of the line? Probably, only 6'2", but he's got some real estate around the middle there. What's the next guy you want to look at?
Marcus Davenport. And Danny Shelton's the second coming of Snacks. But look at this lad. 81 speed coming off the edge right there as a budget speed rusher, 6'6". Very, very nice.
I like it.
Very nice.
I like it. Definitely not going to beat a lot of guys in those pass rush moves, but you know what? That doesn't really matter at this point. If you got that speed, Jordan Phillips up next, meh.
Yeah.
AJ Johnson up next,
really,
meh.
Nothing really to write home about, but an interesting team of the week. Like, again, team of the week is very, very, very divisive when it comes to the community. I'm happy to see just the items and cards from certain teams and fan bases get the upgrades. Other people are just sometimes I'm relieved that there's no one I need to go after and need to hurt the coin stack. But every week it's different fan bases getting looked after, and I like it.
One big player I was expecting to see this week that we did not, probably due because he played on Monday Night Football, was the Bosa era.
Right?
Nick Bosa having himself a fantastic game. Baker Mayfield was just running for his life that whole freaking 4 quarters, and he did not get the nod in Team of the Week. I was expecting him to at least get an 86 overall, but I'm guessing they had some server problems, that Sunday and Monday. They decided maybe they didn't have time to insert the Bosa. But if Bosa has another outing like this, I expect a 90 overall.
But a 90 overall if he has another outing like that. Well, I don't know if he'll get that jump, right? He'll probably get the 86, the 85, 86, the way Josh Jacobs did. However, I will say this. Watch out for Most Feared because he's playing scary good. Scary good. So, yeah.
Keep an eye out for Most Feared, guys. We're already seeing promos in-game right now. We can expect to see that particular promo probably week after next, and that's going to be one of the bigger promos in the Mutt season. Let's talk a little bit about house rules dropping in the game today. Point yoink.
Point yoink.
Sounds like a Bears receiver titled
I gotta go
House
see
Rules.
my doctor. Director, I gotta go see my doctor. I've got a really bad point yoink.
Oh, that sounds itchy and uncomfortable. Well, house rules point yoink.
Is.
A lot of people was a hit and miss as far as the actual gameplay.
Okay, so 35 wins is too much.
Agreed.
Let's get out ahead of it. 30 wins would have been nice. I think you should have to grind for a 91 overall, personally, because it's a fantasy NAT 91 overall pack for all the Mutt hero cards, including Saquon, the ones that haven't even dropped yet, technically. All right, you can get any one of those, so you should have to grind. 35 was about 10 games too many for me. I think 25 would have been 20 is too low. 35 a little too high. 25 would have been great for me. However, let's also remember, everybody's out there complaining about the run meta right now, and along comes a game mode that forces you to pass. I have enjoyed the passing gameplay 100%. Really, really enjoyed it. That's my take on House Rules.
I'll say that I enjoyed House Rules, so I jumped on it pretty early this morning, taking care of the little director and playing some House Rules. This morning, a lot of people didn't understand how to stop the pass and just absolutely shut it down. So I racked up like 25, 30 wins in almost no time. I would say my last 5 wins, people started figuring out running some cover 4, guess pass on those plays, maybe play the sticks a little bit. Those last 5 games took me maybe an hour alone, whereas my first 30 or so only took me maybe a couple hours. So I can see if you guys haven't gotten it done yet, it's going to be a bit of a pain, and 35 games is a lot. I think EA needs to focus on how long the game mode takes in testing, because you see a lot of these X factors come in on head-to-head that can dictate how long this goes. And we saw, if I had to give a percentage of how many people stuck around way too long, I would say it's about 60% of people tried to play the whole game out, even if they were down by 30 or 40 points, which is, not something you like to see. So yeah, I'm hoping you guys got it done by now. If not, I would say space it out a little bit. You got 2 more days, counting today, and I would highly suggest actually getting it done, though.
Now, who'd you take? Who are your heroes?
So as you guys know, the rewards this week are actually really, really nice. So they're going to be in conjunction with whatever promo is out at the time. And Mutt Heroes has a couple of really fantastic options that they're giving you in this fantasy pack.
Director, shout out to EA for listening to the community feedback. We're both game changers. We pass on all the feedback that is respectable, both good and bad. And they listened and they tied House Rules to the promo and they gave an amazing reward. But please continue.
Fantasy pack, and bravo to EA, that it contains all of the Mutt heroes, including the ones that haven't been released yet, including this man right here, Jalen Ramsey. Welcome to the squad. This guy was a no-brainer for me. We'll go over all the cards here at the end of the episode, give you recommendations on who to pick. But you take a look at this guy, 88 speed, which is top echelon, and then 94 man, 93 zone, and 94 press with the 6'1" height on top of that. This is a no-brainer for me. Soon to be actual Charger Jalen Ramsey. Welcome to the Siege God squad.
We are missing you on PC, bro, because guess what the monkey has activated on his PC squad? I've only gone and maxed out Sprinter. Oh yeah, you heard it.
Now, as the market continues to drop a little bit,
imagine Sprinter on that Ramsey powered up as well.
90 speed would be it's coming. It's coming. We had some upgrades to make on the team, but as the market continues to dip, I want to see it get under 30 coins per training point. And that's where I'm going to feel comfortable upgrading all of these guys. Jalen Ramsey, fantastic. Getting to use him a couple of days before he comes out, but we got a couple other recommendations coming at the tail end of the show that there's just so many, like, there's 2 or 3 must-have guys, and we'll get to them here in a minute. Let's move on to the flashbacks from earlier this week. Kenny Stills, Trey Flowers, Aaron Donald.
This just in, Director. Welcome to the fastest segment of the show. Here come the flashbacks, and just like that in a flash, Kenny Stills.
Okay. Not terrible.
Quickly,
not must have.
Moving swiftly on to Trey Flowers. Not terrible. You would absolutely, though, need to be powering him up so you can get him. Again, here we go. I like edge threat and power specialist.
I
Happy
would
days.
put him at DT and not think too hard about it. But yeah. Let's take a look at the Aaron Donald since he's thrown into this slate as well. Bit of controversy early week. Aaron Donald advertised as in packs, ended up not happening due to a server error till several hours later. I think you were included in the Make It Right. Is that accurate?
Correct. The Make It Right. So what I did was on stream, I went and pulled a Legends Fantasy pack. You can go back and check the replay if you like. We actually ended up making about 150K out of that Legends Fantasy pack. And then I still got to make it right back for 120K. So I'm plus $250,000 coins.
There you go.
So like everyone wants to throw shade at EA, right? Let's throw shade. If we're going to throw shade, let's do it A, respectfully, and B, with some actual constructive feedback. Should Aaron Donald have been in the game as advertised? Yes, but mistakes happen. Was the Make It Right awesome? Yes. So chill.
Aaron Donald as a card definitely looks like a beast. 78 speed is a little bit slow at this point, but if you can power him up, get sprinter on him, he's going to be just fine. I think 80 speed is about where you want to be at this point with your edge rushers, but the 90 block shed, 92 power move, and 89 finesse move, that's where things get a little bit crazy. So if you can get your hands on this guy, maybe when a power up pass comes out, ooh, watch out. He's going to be a beast.
Yeah, this dude is absolutely dynamite, director, dynamite. And I just want to say this, on PC, the guy who came number 1 overall, 25-0 in Weekend League, he pulled Aaron Donald from his Fire Fantasy pack, okay? And then in his very next pack, he pulled Redux Michael Vick, and everyone in the Discord was just like jaws on the floor. What is going on? It pays to come number 1 in Weekend League, I guess. But that's an amazing Aaron Donald card.
If there's one thing I miss about PC so much, I sit and stare at paint drying on the wall thinking about how much I miss PC. It's those ridiculous rewards from the easier head-to-head crowd. That's absolutely crazy.
Facts.
Amari Cooper heading up the football outside.
Hot take. We're going to be getting an offensive limited Mutt Heroes as well before the week is out.
Hell yeah, I can totally see that. Totally see that. Let's head out to the football outsiders. Headed up by Amari Cooper.
Cool. Amari Cooper. This dude is 91 speed on my team, 91 overall. Oof. And so good. Oh, so good. Oh, so good.
Some people
director.
thought he was shafted a little bit on the statage. I get it. He's an 89 overall, not a single 89 on the surface of the card. But really, I think it's the Mutt Force factor that comes. I feel like Amari IRL has the Mutt Force factor as well, especially when he moved on over to the Cowboys. Been playing out of his mind. And the Mutt card, I used him a little bit at the testing, which is really good too.
When he's not playing tip drill to the opposition's DBs. Absolutely. Very, very good. Got a little bit of a case of the dropsy-wopsies. I'm just saying. I mean, the Raiders look pretty good this last week. Enjoying 91 speed on Terry McLaurin here as well. Another good budget beast speedster right here to go with your Will Fuller if you're looking for him. Hail to the Redskins, and so long and farewell, Jay Gruden. Darren Waller. This card is a beast. He's so good, well-deserving, incredible season he's having in real life, and that's what I like about Football Outsider cards. Dude, let this sink in for a sec, if you will. He's got 94 spec catch on my team. And he's a monster. He's a monster with 87 speed on my team as well.
Can you get X Factors on these cards?
I believe you can. Correct.
That'd be scary with the matchup threat and the red zone threat kind of stuff.
Specialist.
Pretty crazy. And that's really like one of the top echelon cards right now at 6'6" as well. There's a lot of things to like about Darren Waller. Ronnie Stanley coming up next. He's okay. He's not bad.
Solid. Well, what I like is, man, like, yeah, you see in the middle the 280s there. I get it. I feel your pain. But other than that, pretty solid for an 88, don't forget, as well. I like that 92 awareness. Awareness is important when it comes to actually picking up blitzes, okay? So 6'6" is a big boy. Okay, he's pretty heavy as well. This is a solid 88 set and forget left tackle if you're just starting.
What confuses me is that I feel most offensive linemen pale in comparison to the Theme Diamonds guys that came out earlier this year, the legends at those particular positions. I still can't get my hands on that, what's his name? Runyon, John Runyon, right tackle. He played for the Chargers. He's still like 350K on the Xbox because his stats are just so much better than anything I've seen so far. So that's kind of crazy. You'd like to see better stats in these newer offensive tackles. Speaking of which, Weston Richburg coming in, the 79 run block power. It's just a kind of a disappointing center to add into the game. The awareness is nice though.
92 zone on this guy is fantastic. That's what I really, really appreciate right here. So remember, the overall awareness of your entire O-line is an average of all 5 positions, okay? And the center's awareness counts twice in that average. It'll kind of double up and replace the lowest awareness across the O-line. So this guy right here is like a really, for 19 salary cap as well. Oh man, if you're playing salary cap, but either way, solid budget option under center at 92. That's what I like about it. And I don't give up a lot of sacks to my center. Let's just be honest. And I don't really run up the guts too much either.
Okay.
It's outside runs.
All right. Next up, we got Daniel Hunter. Mutt force factor, 84 speed at left end. Kind of a crazy beast, especially on a Vikings themed team.
Oh, yeah. And in Trumpetmonkey squad, this is my left end. Strahan has been showing the door. And this dude right here, okay, comes in on my team powered up with Sprinter maxed at 87 speed. But, warning, does not get finesse specialist. You can get edge step and not finesse specialist, and I was so like Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. What's going on with that? He should have had 90 finesse move to get that finesse specialist.
Yeah, you need that white stat of 90 finesse move to get that. But you know what? That speed is crazy. The moment he gets separate, or the moment he gets past that tackle, that quarterback's going down. Jamie Collins coming up next. Had a pretty good outing with the Patriots in the last couple of weeks. 81 speed at left outside linebacker is a little bit slow. Not super stoked, but I like the play rec a little bit.
Play rec decent, coverage stats decent, but man, 63 block shed as well. I mean, you're taking a powered up Ted Hendricks over this right here.
Oh, amen. But every single day.
Happy.
Jordan Hicks, Arizona Cardinals middle linebacker, 80 speed. That's all right, but the 79 zone is better than we give him credit for. Other than that, on a specific Arizona Cardinals theme team, I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah, but the zone, so where you might keep this guy on your bench is down towards the goal line. Okay, so there's not a lot of range needed, but you want some nice reactions to the ball when it's in the air. That's where you might keep this guy if you can pick him up if you do have a God squad and sub him in around the goal line, brewskis, then you could be looking really nice coverage down by the goal line there.
Next up, Jair Alexander. Alexander's been playing out of his mind. The whole Green Bay defense has been playing out of their minds. 89 speed, 81 zone, which is fair. Press at 87, play rec 83, acceleration at 89. I think this is a pure speed cornerback. He'll be in the right place at the right time. Click on, get those swats and interceptions. Yeah. I like the card.
And he's playing like so well in real life. Obviously, that's why you got a football outsider. Solid choice right here. Green Bay Packers. You're happy with this, especially if you're running a theme team.
Very, very nice card. Carlton Davis, Tampa Bay cornerback, 85 speed. I think he's just under what I would want right now if I'm not a Bucs fan.
Yeah, that's all I have to say as well. Absolutely. Now these two lads though, Joey Sly, gets focus kicker or clutch kicker, and I love it. And I now have him. So, Director, I did 13 of these Football Outsider sets, okay? And are you ready? I hit it big, man. I pulled Joey Sly twice, and then I pulled the punter Morstead 3 times.
Oh, God.
5 out of my 13 pulls were the 90 overalls, and I got an Amari Cooper and 2 Ronnie Staley's in there as well. I got very, very lucky. And this guy right here is really, really nice, man. So, and he's an affordable focus kicker option for everybody out there. Nice slow kick meter. Never lose a head-to-head game again because of lag or a bad kick meter. Get him in your lineup.
Nice. Need to get an upgrade for the Chargers theme team with that guy as well, or the God Squad. Thomas Moore said, again, he's a punter, but he's one of the better ones in the game right now. If you want to pin him deep, get some scum kick action in the game, this is the guy to do it. Next up, we got legends from last week. Brian Urlacher heading it up on defense. What do we think of these guys? Brian Urlacher, 85 speed. I like that the speed on these guys doesn't feel slow this year. And with somebody like Brian Urlacher, 6'4", 85 zone, 86 hit power, 90 play rec, 90 tackling, this is a beast middle linebacker.
This is an awesome middle linebacker, man. Are you kidding? 85 zone? Brian Urlacher? He's literally faster than some safeties out there and with better coverage. I mean, 86 hit power.
With a little bit of work.
Great.
With a little bit of work on a theme team, maybe Coach Madden and Chems, you can get him up to 90 zone at 6'4", decent speed. That's just nasty, nasty. Jim Brown, we finally got the Twitch legend out as a full legend in the game. 89 speed, 90 break tackle. Trucking should have been higher. Other than that, this guy's going to be he's basically a better bow at this point. That's not going to be as expensive.
A better bow. Yeah, he's an absolute monster. These were 2 really solid legends for me. Very happy for Browns fans. At least you got this really nice item in game. Your team is a little bit seesaw, but a lot better than a lot of other teams in real life. And in Mutt, it's a really, really nice theme team, and this is an amazing piece. Because remember, they got Chubb a week ago as well. That's a crazy tandem. That's a crazy 1-2 punch out of the backfield in Mutt right now for the Brownies.
Very, very nice card. So some solid legends this past week. We can expect maybe the legends this week not to be as great, but I liked last week's rollout. This week, Rob Gronkowski coming into the game. 83 speed for the Mutt 10 promo. Not terribly fast, but he's Gronk. He's going to have the Mutt force factor. But what's funny about this is that unless you're looking at, the middle stats, let's go over to the card. I kind of, if Darren Waller gets a 99, I think he's going to blow Rob Gronkowski out of the water.
It's, well, first of all, it's Gronk, which is awesome. Second of all, this Gronk, I swear to God, it's like we're already playing most feared and we've got monsters on the field. He is just enormous. It doesn't help that my free safety is Lamarcus Joyner at 5'6", so 5'8", whatever he is, and he just looks like a tiny little person running around against Gronk and Mosses of the world. But this dude gets up after the ball, man. Pretty crazy.
Now, you bring up a good point with the most feared. Okay, so we got Rob Gronkowski, we got Khalil Mack, we got Aaron Donald. Who do you think is still coming for most feared? Because we already know that Ray Lewis is probably going to be the master. He's been advertised in those ads, as the main guy. But who else do you think might be coming in this? Because it's probably one of the biggest promos of the year.
I like what you're saying. I like where you're kind of thinking and where your head's at in terms of some of the art you've been putting out there on the Twitterverse. Definitely feeling. I feel like it's a big celebration year. Okay. Mutt is 10. Okay. It's 100-year anniversary of the NFL, and Mutt and EA are definitely playing their role, and that's why we're seeing so many amazing legends and themed diamonds. I could see him bringing out every fan favorite from years previous. I think Beast Mode could pop out of there. Obviously Ray Lewis. I feel like Megatron might get a little bit of
Megatron is a good prediction for the offensive side of the ball.
I think Zeke and Kamara are probably both coming as well, because they're overdue. I definitely stand by my Nick Bosa claim. That's definitely on its way. He's on his way. And then I think those are kind of my picks for right now. When you think scary good players. Whew.
If we're lucky, and who knows what's going to happen or not. I thought the same thing with Jim Brown. Maybe see a Troy Polamalu. That's probably the biggest card everyone's been wanting to see for years. Definitely one of the most feared players of all time in the NFL. Let's dive head into the Mutt Heroes program. Now, Trumpetmonkey, I'd like to do, the one back and forth of the grading system. 1 out of 10. Let us know what you think of these guys, and maybe we'll give like a top 3 of who they should pick, because we got not 1, but 2 nat options via the solos and house rules that you can choose from with these packs. Really good rewards. Let's get into it. Let's start here at the top. Bills, Mitch Morse, 89 strength, 90 pass block power, and everything else is kind of poo-poo.
Yeah, we're only going to do the 90s, right?
Yeah.
We're only going to do the 90s? Okay, I mean, there is an 85 to 86 and an 80 to 81 that came out with each of them as well. Okay, Mitch Morse, am I going first?
Yes.
I'm going to give him, look, he's solid. He's solid. I mean, he's a 90 overall center. You can set and forget with decent awareness and decent stats. I'm going to give him a 6.
Let me give him a 4. I think 90 overall, I see better 88, 89 overall centers. Again, the Theme Diamonds guy, really, really nice. So he is 90 overall, though, and he is an offensive lineman, so having those guys nat isn't bad. Chris Harris Jr., cornerback for the Broncos.
Ooh, not a massive fan, personally, of the low zone. Not a massive fan of that director. Don't mind the speed. The press is a little low as well for a man coverage corner. I think there's better options out there. In this promo is where we're grading this, by the way, guys, in this little universe of its own, okay? So if you're asking me, because we can only kind of get 2, right? 1 from the solos, 1 from house rules. So, we have to be really harsh.
And these guys aren't too expensive, some of them as well. I picked up Melvin Ingram for $200K, so...
I'm giving this guy a 3.
A 3?
And not just because he's a stinky Bronco.
I'll give him... Okay, we'll knock him down a couple pegs for the Bronco. I think I'll give him a 6. 91 man coverage is pretty nice. The 91 play rec on top of that's pretty nice, and the speed's okay, but there's better corners you can go after, including the other Broncos cornerback, Champ Bailey, who I think is going to perform better. David Johnson coming up next, 88 speed, break tackle at 86. I always like seeing a better David Johnson, and he's one of the better halfbacks in the league right now. I would like to see better stats.
Yeah, but again, we're trying to be harsh, You've got 2 choices here. You can go and buy him as well, but is David Johnson really necessary in your lineup right now with a free Melvin Gordon out there and Saquon's in this promo? I'm giving David a 1 out of 10. I can't believe I did it. I'm sorry, Cardinals fans. A 1 out of 10.
I'll give him a 2 because he's got the Mutt force factors in years past, but yeah, man, that's tough. It's tough. I would not choose David Johnson unless you're a Cardinals fan. Melvin Ingram.
Woo.
78 speed, 94 finesse move.
You take the grading of this one away.
I'm biased, bro. I'm gonna give this guy a 10 out of 10. No, I think in real life, I think I'd give him a 7 because that finesse move really does come into factor. And while we are on the topic, we will show the Melvin Ingram on the Chargers team, at least the God Squad with a bunch of Chargers in it.
Oh my God.
He's pretty disgusting at 97 finesse move, 80 speed. Again, I run him at DT quite a bit. Melvin Ingram taking a squat on Trumpetmonkey. He's really nice. He's a finesse move, there's nobody better, really. Until Joey Bosa comes out, there's nobody better.
97 finesse move. Your pass rush is crazy. This right here is, if you want him, this right here is a set and forget, because he immediately gets edge threat and finesse specialist.
Yes.
And he's insane. I played against him, and he's really, really affordable. This guy right here, you're giving him a 10. I'm gonna go ahead and give him an 8. So consensus
I like it.
9.
Can I sway you with a little bit more research here on this side? We'll put it up on here. We'll put it up right here. Here's a play by Melvin Ingram.
Oh, God. Oh, he's only got a pick. And then he's gonna house it down the outside. Ah! Oh, man. So is it, 80 speed on your team?
80 speed on the director's team, and man, that guy can move. That guy can move. So I like him. We'll stop throwing too much love at the Chargers. People are going to get mad. But I like Melvin Ingram. I think consensus 9 out of 10. Next up, we got Jason Witten.
Oh, God. 0 out of 10.
Should have been Zeke. I understand they're saving Zeke for most feared or whatever coming up next, but man, Jason Witten. I would have liked to see a flashback card of this instead, where he had maybe better speed. 74 speed's barely going to do it for an O lineman nowadays.
Someone, very, very funny picture on the PC Discord of Jason Witten compared, I think it was Anxious, if I'm not mistaken, to Cowboys fan. Shout out to Anxious. Big numbers. Jason Witten slower than Lane Johnson. Next card.
Horrible. Horrible. And I
0
love
out of 10.
Jason Witten in real life. Xavier Howard, 90 speed, 89 zone,
Solid.
86 press, 88 play rec. He's fringe, like elite tier.
It's really solid. Yeah, like you'd love to see 90 man end zone, but like 90 zone for me is way more important than the zone is more important than man for me, and that speed is like crucial. This is like a solid option right here, man. I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10, director.
I'll give him
This
an
is a
8 out of 10.
recommend?
I think the speed
Yeah, okay.
and combo with zone coverage is pretty nice, and Dolphins fans need something to be happy about right now. And to be clear, 0 out of 10 for Jason Witten. Matt Stafford coming up next for the Lions. Ah, man, dude, the throw power is great, but
The throw power is great, but with the QB animations being what they are this year, you want a quick release. I have been playing with Aaron Rodgers, and the release has been really good, and he hits all of the accuracy thresholds. This card does not. I believe there are better options for far more affordable. Therefore, my ruling on Matthew Stafford, Lions, is a 1 out of 10. In terms of recommending, do you take him or not in this promo?
2.
He's a solid quarterback.
Yeah, I'll
2?
give him a 2. It's bad. It's bad.
We're getting harsh. I know we're giving tough love right here.
David
Backyard.
Bakhtiari, left tackle for the Green Bay Packers. Pass blocking elite. This is one of the better left tackles in the game if you just want to protect your quarterback. If you're going to try and run behind this guy, it's not going to work out.
Yes, really good in the pass block. However, we were talking about Ronnie Stanley earlier. I'm taking Ronnie Stanley over this guy.
Yeah.
Simply because he's a little bit more balanced and he's got the 92 awareness. Therefore, look, O-line is important, but man, the rushing stats on this guy, I'm hesitant to even attempt to use him. If in the comments you've been using Bakhtiari and still running down people's throats, then prove us wrong. Other than that, I'm going to give him a 5.
5 for me as well.
And he's a solid left tackle, but I wouldn't be like jumping for joy to go and get him.
I need to mention Marquez Valdez-Scantling while we're on David Bakhtiari, because this is an excellent budget beast. 90 speed, 6'4". He's a baby Randy Moss. Keep him in mind.
Yeah.
Next up, Greg Olsen. Miles better than Jason Witten as far as a Mutt card. I think he'll be solid in your Panthers theme teams. He's not fast, but he's not slow. And the catching stats on this guy are crazy good.
Yeah, really good catching stats. 82 is pretty solid, man. I'm going to give him a 5 again because it's not a huge position of need in my humble opinion. But you can't go wrong with this Greg Olsen.
Let's move on over to the rated LaMarcus Joyner, 86 speed, 90 zone. However, only 5'8".
And it shows up. Big time. He's like Muggsy Bogues out there, man. Joyner, in real life, not very happy with his performance either. He's got that captain's patch. He's meant to be a veteran, letting us down far too frequently. Sorry, stay focused, monkey. Obviously, he's on my team. Duh. And he's incredible. 94 overall. However, that's where the credibility ends. He doesn't play very well, and I have to objectively give him a 0 out of 10.
A 0. Well, obviously, you got Calvin Johnson floating around out there, who's going to be better. But I thought that maybe the zone coverage in conjunction with the 93 play rec might come in play.
There's a highlight from my last stream of a ball sitting directly above his head, and he's got, what does he have? He has 94 zone and 96 play rec, and he's standing there just,
oh
like,
my God. So this is the year you need to make sure you have tall safeties. Interesting. Okay, I'll give him a 2 because I like his stats, but the height is going to hinder him. And then to be clear, Greg Olsen's an 8 for me if you're picking a tight end out of this promo. I like those catching stats and that speed quite a bit. Next up, we got Brandon Cooks, right? Yes, Brandon Cooks of the Rams, 91 speed. At least for me, this cat's always had the mud force factor. Coming up with catches he really should not. I like him quite a bit.
Really, really solid. And man, I think I saw a 96 speed Brandon Cooks photo out there somewhere. That is like just disgusting. This item plays really, really well. Really, really well. There's so many good options at wide receiver this year, though. So I'm going to give him a 5. Like, solid option. You can't go wrong. But my God, there's so many good wide receivers in the game.
I'll give him an 8. I like the speed. I like the catching. I like the Mutt force factor. So it's not like a consensus, like 6.5. Not too bad. Next up, we got Matthew Judon for the Ravens. 79 speed is just fringe usable. You'll have to power him up. Maybe get some sprinter on him. Power move is okay, but everything else is just such a letdown.
I don't think he gets, if I'm not mistaken, prove us wrong, Ravens fans, but I'm pretty sure even powered up, he only gets to 89 power move, which means no power specialist, which means a big dud right here. Yeah, this is a 0 for me as well.
Goose
I can't
egg.
see any reason why you get this guy.
Goose egg.
None whatsoever.
You got to be a Ravens fan if you're going to be putting this guy out on the field. Next up, Deron Payne. 6'3", 73 speed at defensive tackle, but my God, block, shed, power move, finesse move is really bad.
I'm literally taking that Danny Shelton before I take this card.
Yeah, 0 out of 10 for me as well.
Ouch. There's some misses. There's some misses in these Mutt heroes. There are.
Well, we got a bit of a winner right here in Bobby Wagner. 83 speed is okay. Power him up, maybe get some sprinter on him. The 78 zone is a little lower than I like to see, but that 91 hit power, you're going to be able to put enforcer on this guy, middle of the field. Dude. I like it.
Dude, this is a solid option. And then I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm trying to be objective for the folks at home, Director. I feel like such a sellout here. My God. Okay, so let me just throw this out there. I'm giving you the choice of Urlacher, powered up Patrick Willis, or Bobby Wagner. Who are you taking? Be honest.
Honestly, because Bobby Wagner's free, I gotta go Bobby.
Really?
If he wasn't free, if I had to fork the coin to get Bobby Wagner, then no, it would definitely be Brian Urlacher for sure.
Let's be honest. Okay, so that's really, and we don't script this show, so we're speaking as we're thinking here, and thinking as we're speaking. For that reason, Patrick Willis is always going to win for me because he's very, very affordable. Nearly kind of free depending on how much head-to-head you play, okay? All right, and whether or not you're making, top 100 monthly for weekend league, these types, and getting those free training, this type of stuff. But anyway, neither here nor there, Patrick Willis is probably winning on the free column. But when you actually say that, like Bobby Wagner is probably a solid 150K cheaper than Urlacher, right? And he will get over the 80 zone. That's kind of like the first threshold, the 80 zone. And that for me makes this a pretty nice item. I got to tell you, I can feel it. If you're running a Seahawks theme team though, good Lord, and you've got sprinter, Bobby Wagner is like all of a sudden going to be 87 speed and probably like 82 zone, 92 hit power. Really, really nice item. You're telling me he gets enforcer across the middle of the field there as well. Woo! It's pretty gnarly.
I'm going to give him an 8. That combination of hit power, tackle, play rec.
Give a score. Yeah, I'm going to give him a 7. You can't go wrong picking him.
I like it. I do not think you're going to regret picking him up if you're a fan of the guy. He's got the Mutt force factor. There is another better option, in my opinion, coming up, but I like Bobby a lot.
And quick shout out, Shaquille Griffin, 90 speed there. His sidekick, really, really solid blitzing option.
Yeah, with the 80 zone as well. That's a nice item. That's a very nice item. Next up, David DeCastro. Yep. This is the only offensive tackle that's a huge win for me in this promo. If you're going to pick
lineman.
Offensive lineman. If you're going to pick an offensive lineman from this promo, make sure it's David DeCastro because this is the guy. This is the man. 90 pass block power. Like, it's just across the board. He's going to be dominant. I like this item.
The best right guard in the game.
Yeah.
Hands down. 10 out of 10. Can't go wrong. Set and forget for a long time.
10 out of 10 because, again, guys, these skill positions, there's going to be other cards that come out that are more enticing. But when it comes to offensive linemen, they can stay really expensive because you just want someone there with really good stats. So I like David DeCastro as anybody's nap pick. Next up, Vikings, Adam Thielen, 86 speed, but really good catching stats. What are we thinking?
2 out of 10. You can't tell me that this is better than Torrey Holt,
No.
Jerry Rice,
No.
Amari Cooper.
If you use him properly, or if you're a Vikings fan, he's going to be great.
Yeah, that's
He's
different.
He's definitely very similar to Keenan Allen, who I use a lot, win a lot of games on the back of Keenan Allen. I'm going to give him a 3 for everybody else, but if you know how to utilize a slot wide receiver, I'll give him a 6.
Ouch.
He's not bad, but he's not great.
Ouch.
We already went over Aaron Donald. Let's go to the 49ers. DeForest Buckner, 70
Solid.
speed, 91 finesse move. Love it. Love everything about it.
Solid. And he's
6'7".
6'7". I love it. You put him next to Henderson, who's also 6'7". That's some. Oh, he's doing 6'9". Henderson. Henderson's huge. That's a big, tall D line right there. I like this guy. In terms of defensive tackles, I really like this guy. So, like, for me, I'm gonna give him a 6.
I'm going to give him a 6 as well. I think that's very fair. There are other defensive tackles in this promo I like better, but he's nice, especially with that. He's got a little bit of speed on him. That finesse move is pretty nice. I like that item quite a bit. Next up, we got Mike Evans. This is a very objective opinion when it comes to Mike Evans, because he's going to be so clutch with the catching stats. The jumping stat is very important this year, mark my words. 85 speed is going to turn some people off.
Yeah, it is, and I love that he got a bump. He needed a tiny bit more speed. He needed like 87, in my opinion, and therefore, this Mike Evans for me is going to get a 3.
I'm going to give him a 6. I like him. I think the height in combo with jump, he's one of the best red zone targets at wide receiver, but you really got to know how to use him. If you're one of those guys who really knows how to use a red zone threat wide receiver, then he's going to be pretty beastly. Next up, Jamal Adams of the Jets. 87 speed, strong safety, 94 hit power, 90 pursuit, 92 play rec. This is a beastly strong safety.
He is. And to quote Prodigy, one of the main members of the community and mods on the PC Discord, keeps yelling at me. I keep saying, dude, we already got a strong safety. Tillman, he says, monkey, you idiot. On defense, you need 2 strong safeties.
You do. You do. Currently on my team, I use Pat Tillman, and Derwin James is holding the front down deep. I think, guys, honestly, if you don't have a strong safety right now, this is almost a must add. He's a 10 out of 10 and an 11 out of 10 for me. He's a very, very, very good pickup. Probably the best strong safety in the game minus Pat Tillman. You got to have him.
I'll second that. I'll second the 10 out of 10. You can't go wrong with this item right here.
Next up, we got Delaney Walker from the Titans, 82 speed. This is the best tight end 2 in the game, in my opinion. Him and Hunter Henry always have crazy good run blocking at 84. And this guy's also got some decent speed on him too at 82. Am I picking him for a Nat, though?
No,
probably
0.
Not.
I'm sorry, because if you want a tight end that can block, sub in your silver left tackle at tight end, and he'll do just as good a job. 0 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
Sorry, Delaney.
1 out of 10. Next up, we got for the Bears, Kyle Fuller, 89 speed, 93 zone. This is pretty solid.
Yeah, again, pretty solid. I'm gonna give him a 5. Like, it's a decent option if you're really thin at corner.
I'm gonna give him a 7. I like him quite a bit. Again, that speed zone combo is pretty nice, but there are pretty good options coming up. Browns, Joel Bitonio. This is a okay item just for passing again, but again, it's just, I don't want that. I don't want to be stuck with that all year if he really sucks at the run block.
Yeah, he's not terrible. He's not terrible at left guard. You can't go wrong. O-lineman, again, pricey positions. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. You can't go wrong. Browns team looking gnarly, though.
I'll give him a 4 and go pick up yourself a Quentin Nelson if you're wondering what to get at left guard.
Yes.
Next up, we got Saquon Barkley.
Oh, my God.
89 speed, 93 agility, 92 carry, 93 break tackle. This could be the best running back in the game. Now, I've been preaching for a long time that this guy could probably get armbar. There was a typo in the document stating what the requirements are for armbar on an elusive running back. Shouldn't be stamina, it should be stiff arm, and I think you need 95 stiff arm to unlock that. However,
However,
if you guys have come up against the 84 Saquon Barkley, even in the last couple of weeks, that card is ridiculous. I can't imagine the Saquon Barkley not being one of the best running backs in the game of Madden.
And with the run meter being what it is, especially if you're a big noob like me who likes to run stretch and dive in weekend league, then this is a 10 out of 10. You got to pick him up unless you've got a running back already. All right. Yes, you could just power up Bo to 89 and you're pretty sorted. Let's be honest. But if you just want, look at that 93 break tackle. If you just want those glitchy CPU random number generated break tackle animations, this guy will win you so many games. So if you're just talking sheer victory, get this item.
10 out of 10 for me as well. It's going to be rough when a lot of people get this guy in that, dude. He's going to be so good. Next up is J.J. Watt, left end for the Texans, 6'5". He's obviously J.J. Watt, so he's got the Mutt force factor.
Yes,
but 73 speed is just too damn slow. And the power and finesse move isn't appropriate either.
No specialist for either power or finesse. 0. Oh,
it's a 0 for JJ for me too. 1. I'll give him a 1 because he has the Mutt force factor, but you gotta have edge threat at this point of the game, and he doesn't have it. Or you're not edge threat, but like power move specialist or finesse move specialist. One of the two.
Let this sink in. Let this sink in for a second. JJ Watt, if you put sprinter and powered him up, I'm gonna have Texan Steam Team on him, okay? 77 speed.
Too slow.
Daniel Hunter, 87. So if you're asking me who do I want out there, oh my God,
Too
I
slow.
can't believe this. I can't believe this JJ Watt, man.
Too slow.
That's disappointing. Very disappointing.
Next
Tyler
up.
Boyd, lol, 0. Move on.
Pour one out for AJ Green while we're at it. This isn't a good item either.
What is this Tyler Boyd? Next card, Malik Hooker. I don't know. Let's not even this crazy. Malik Hooker, what do you think?
7 out of 10, 87 speed, 6'1" is not bad if you can get him over the 88 or the 90 zone. I'll give him a 7.
Joyner will play better than this guy, and I gave Joyner a 0, so -1 for Malik Hooker.
-1. Ooh, you know, we got Calvin out there. I'll give him a 5. He's got the speed. He's pretty decent. And then the 91 play rec's going to come into play there too. Next up, 20 out of 10, 100 out of 10, a million out of 10.
100 out of 10. Get
Jalen Ramsey.
If you do nothing else this week, take Jalen Ramsey as your NAT from the solos. Let's say you're not playing house rules. This is your must-get guy right here, my guy. My guy. You got to pick him up.
If you guys go out and play house rules and get your solos done, and you have 2 options for a Nat Mutt hero, and you do not pick up Jalen Ramsey, you're dead to me. Everybody should have this card.
You got rocks in your head. You got to pick up Jalen Ramsey. It's insane. You got to get him.
Mark my words. At some point in the year, man coverage is going to become so meta that guys like Jalen Ramsey are going to be a must on every team. You get that 90-plus man coverage with 90-plus press. That's all you're going to need to do. Go out there and man up and press, and you're good to go with guys like Jalen Ramsey. This is an excellent card.
GTG.
Next up, we got
IGI.
Drew Brees of the Saints. 84 throw power, 90 or 85 throw accuracy deep. No, thank you. He'll be okay on a Saints theme team if you can get the 90 throw accuracy deep stat up. Like on my Phillip Rivers, on the surface he looks pretty bad, but on my theme team he works. That's the only scenario I would see picking up this card.
I threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Take a second.
I'm sorry. I threw up
Catch
in my
your
mouth
breath.
a little bit. -2.
0. Unless you're a Saints fan, obviously. But yeah, that's a
Even
bit
if you're a
disappointing.
Saints fan, -2.
Chiefs, right tackle, 91 overall, Mitchell Schwartz, dominant pass blocker. But again,
Can't go wrong. You can't go wrong taking this guy. So 5 out of 10.
5
But
out
my
of 10
God.
because he's one of the better pass blocking right tackles in the game. But the run blocking, I mean, a lot of people run to the right. Kind of important. Fletcher Cox coming up next for the Eagles. 74 speed at defensive tackle, 91 power move, 90 strength.
This dude's core elite was a glitch. When we first played, Rook first played all the way back at EA Play in June, and then in Orlando in July. And this guy is just a wrecking ball. This is solid option, man. I'm just saying, you cannot go wrong. I mean, I'm probably taking. I like that Buckner card, but you just can't go wrong with this dude, man.
If you're taking a defensive tackle, which is a position that you can set and forget for a long time, Fletcher Cox is got to be the move. When Madden 20 first came out, I pulled one bundle, and I got Fletcher Cox 87 overall. He was an absolute disgusting monster on the field.
True. 7.
I like it. 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. I like it a lot. Next up, Deion Jones. Woo! This one gets me excited. Falcons middle linebacker, 84 zone, 86 speed, 86 play rec. He's great. He's a really, really good middle linebacker, especially in those 3-4.
But I am still taking Urlacher over this guy, bro.
Well, we're thinking free Nat. And it's definitely a position. It's definitely a battle between him and Bobby Wagner for me, because I like Bobby Wagner's play rec, hit power, all that kind of stuff better. But if you're looking for straight speed and zone coverage, if you're looking for a CPU coverage linebacker, this has got to be your guy.
You know what? If you power him up, and you got Coach Madden in lockdown, he's got 88 zone. It's up there, man. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, and then you'd have Sprinter on. He'd be like 80, 89 speed. It's pretty animal. Let's be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, but this is a year of experimentation for me. So I'm loving a little Urlacher in the middle there, little Patrick Willis and whatnot. Hello. But,
I'm gonna give him a 7 out of 10.
Yep, 7.
Because those coverage guys are really important. He's definitely really, really good. Still like 7. Bobby a little bit better, but just a little bit, depending on the situation.
Yeah.
And lastly, we got Donta Hightower of the Patriots. No.
Ooh. 0.
No.
0.
91 tackle, 90 play rec, not bad, but 79 speed, just not going to get the job done. No block, shed, power move, finesse move.
Even try it on with me, Mr. Hightower. You're not going to be on my team. Don't even do it. Don't do it. I'm not doing it.
Well said, Trumpetmonkey.
So who, in review, First and foremost, we're agreed 100% that we're taking Jalen Ramsey, correct?
1,000,000%. Jalen Ramsey is the number one player you need to be getting off of this promo.
And then who's our second though? So that's on the defensive side of the ball. Let's not just pick who our second should be. If we're saying on the offensive side of the ball, you absolutely have to take one of them. It is Saquon. Is that what we're saying? We're saying get Saquon?
Absolutely. If you're getting an offensive guy, it's Saquon. If not, dark horse guy over here, Devin DeCastro.
Yeah, DeCastro. I mean, DeCastro is the best right guard in the game.
Yeah. And he's not. He's no lineman. Very expensive.
He's insanely good. You don't need to upgrade right guard there until
New Year's.
Super Bowl promo.
Yeah.
ULs. Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. So if we were both going defensive side of the ball, Jamal Adams, we're agreed. There we go. So there you go. I really enjoyed flaming some of the cards. I really enjoyed that. I was just this minus. Who'd I give -2 to? Who'd I give minus? I can't even remember.
Malik Hooker, Tyler Boyd. But those are going to be
Tyler
3
Boyd.
with the 4 dark horse guy. You got Jamal Adams. You got Saquon Barkley. Definitely Jalen Ramsey. And if you want a net offensive lineman, DeCastro is an excellent pickup as well.
And DeForest Buckner, it's all about position and need sometimes, guys. DeForest Buckner, solid option as well. Fletcher Cox, solid option. You cannot go you can't go wrong with any of the O linemen, so that we're clear. If you rolled out and all your O line was all Mutt heroes, you're not gonna get destroyed, okay? And most of them actually kind of lean towards playing the pass pretty well. So that's it's a solid O-line. However, I just feel like there are some, the Jalen Ramsey you got to take. And a lot of people, some people will struggle to get both done, Director. So if our number one pick is Jalen Ramsey, we agreed?
Yes. Jalen Ramsey,
keep an
100%.
eye out for a second limited coming your way. I think we're going to get an offensive limited as well.
Who do we think that's going to be? Tyreek Hill?
Ooh, controversy, lads. Controversy.
I can see it being Tyreek. Or Zeke could definitely be Zeke. But if you guys are picking, if you have 2 Nat players, and again, you can choose from any of those options. I don't think you can really go wrong. I definitely, if you do not have a strong safety, Jamal Adams, and then no matter what, Jalen Ramsey. I think those are my top 2 by far. Both on defense, but I think it's definitely important to have those 2 positions top echelon.
Yeah, but bear in mind, guys, a lot of people will be using, putting in a sub linebacker, and depending on what formation, doesn't really matter. At sub linebacker, you can be using your Pat Tillman with Lurker, with Enforcer, with Selfless, okay, activated as your X Factor, and then Jamal Adams slotting in nicely over there at the strong safety position.
As an example of that, guys, you'll see here Pat Tillman with no card art is my number 1, and the number 2 is Derwin James. Derwin James is the guy that covers deep. Pat Tillman is generally going to be my user for the whole game, and that's the kind of strategy we're talking about when it comes to Jamal Adams. I think that's very important to have somebody like him, especially with that 94 hit power out there. Very, very nice. Well, Trumpet Monkey, big long episode of Mutt Force this week, but we got through the heroes, we got through all the promos. Pretty good stuff.
Hour-long episode. I love it, man. It's good to be back, baby.
Everybody out there in the podcast universe, give us a wave. Now put it down because you look like an idiot. Guys, thank you so much for joining us in this episode of Mutt Force. Some speculation on Mutt, or Most Feared, coming very soon on Mutt Force. Maybe some custom card art, but definitely some speculation down the road. Well, Trumpet Monkey, give me one Most Feared guy you want. Just one. One Most Feared.
One Most Feared guy I want? You know I want Beast Mode. You know I want some Beast Mode. Let's go. Get Beast Mode in there, okay? And a couple of real-life updates as well, okay? The Raiders are 3-2, and we just got Zay Jones, who likes to celebrate touchdowns with lightsaber battles. Just throwing that out there. Watch out.
If I could choose one, selfishly, I'd want Vincent Jackson. Well, that's all we got for this week's episode of Mutt Force. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. This has been the Director and the Trumpet Monkey. Bye. Remember, if you guys enjoyed this, please hit us up with a like and sub. It really helps us out on YouTube. And as always, stay frosty.
Stay frosty.
Last chance, 4th and long, finding the will to bolt up. Bundle up, cause you know we stay frosty. I take my frosty, chocolate, vanilla, or swirl. Mutt Master YouTuber, come on, let's give it a whirl. Mutt Madden Twitch streamer, put the snowman to shame. Staying frosty's the only way we stay alive in this game. They're reffing the match, directors directing the game. Scared of my underdog team, you know them gods will be slain.